Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Price is Right Pricing Game Recap for Thursday, May 21st, 2015. So this is the second to last day of this week's airings. And it is the second to last week of the month of May. So let's get things underway with our first four contestants that were called to come on down. And they were Stefani, spelled Steffoni, Howard, Matthew, and Valina. And the model that gave Drew the mic at the handoff today was Sports Guide 528's favorite model, the gorgeous Gwendolyn Osborne Smith. Our first item up for bids was his and her designer watches from PGR Thu. And that was brought down by the Jewelry Elevator. The bids were Stefani, $750. Howard, $1,200. Matthew, $700. And Valina, $1,000. And the actual retail price of the his and her designer watches, whose name in French I'm sure I badly pronounced, was $1,690. Valina felt it was her that was the winner, but it was actually Howard who bid $1,200. So he is the first contestant to play a pricing game. And we learned that Howard is from St. Louis, Missouri, which is George Gray's home. And now for Howard, well, George had two things to say. He said first, go Cards, and second, Howard can now win a new car! And it's a Chevrolet Spark LS. Comes equipped with an Ecotec 1.2-liter engine, continuously variable transmission, that's CVT, front-wheel drive, FWD, OnStar, plus all-weather floor mats, modeled by the joyful James O'Halloran. Howard's pricing game is Dice Game. Gwendolyn brought out the Dice Game table, and the first number in the price of the car was 1. Now it was time for Howard to start rolling the dice. For the second number, Howard rolled a 3. Was the second number a 3? No, it wasn't. And Howard believed the actual number was higher. For the third number, Howard rolled a 6. Was the third number a 6? No, but we knew that it was automatically lower. For the fourth number, Howard rolled a 3 again. Was the fourth number a 3? No. And Howard once again went with the odds and said the actual number was higher. And now for the fifth and final number. Howard rolled, well, can you believe this? A 3! He rolled a 3 times in this plane. Was the last number a 3? No, and I'd like to point out that he did manage to roll it over the line, and it landed on the line, so it still counted. And Howard believed that 3 that he rolled, he believed the actual number was lower than 3. So he, to me, that was not really the greatest move for the last 3. But we'll see what happens. Now, we knew, well, the second number I think is pretty obvious. It's higher than a 3. Was the second number higher than a 3? Yes, it was. It was a 4. Now, for the third number, we knew that it was automatically lower. And the number that's lower than a 6 was 5. Now, for the fourth number, was it higher than a 3? Yes, it was a 4. So, it all comes down to this last number. If the last number is a 1 or a 2, Howard wins the car. Once again, he believed that by rolling the 3 for the last number, which was not it, he believed the actual number was lower. And when the fifth and final number in the price of the Chevy Spark LS was revealed, was that number lower than a 3? No! It was a 5. I had a feeling it was higher. The actual retail price, $14,545. Oh well, but Howard still has the designer watches. Okay, our next contestant called to come on down was Carol Gibson. This Carol has an E at the end of her name, and doesn't seem like she may be related to Debbie Gibson. But you never know. Or another famous Gibson like Charles Gibson. Alright, our next item up for bids was a trip for 2 to Newport Beach in California. It is round trip in a chauffeured limousine from Los Angeles for a 4-night stay in an ocean view suite at the Newport Beach Marriott Hotel and Spa, with 1 spa treatment each included, modeled by Gwendolyn. The bids were Carol, $1,250. Matthew, $900. Valina, $2,000. And Stefani, and I quote, $45,000. I mean, $4,500, sorry. Yeah, $45,000, that's way, way up there, but $4,500 is a more decent bid, but maybe a little too high. But we'll see. The actual retail price of the trip to Newport Beach was $2,515. Valina is the second contestant to play a pricing game. And we learned that Valina is from Hayward, California. And now for Valina, she is going to be playing Do the Math for a chance to win the following 2 prizes. They were an ultra-large washer and gas dryer with 1 wicker hamper included, modeled by Gwendolyn, and a 27-inch Apple iMac desktop computer with Retina display, modeled by James. Here was the equation. It's the price of the washer and dryer plus or minus $1,049 equals the price of the desktop computer. Valina believed that it was the price of the washer and dryer minus $1,049 equals the price of the iMac. So if she's correct, she'll win both prizes and $1,049 in cash. First, for the washer and dryer, the price was revealed to be $2,000. So in order for Valina to be a winner, that Apple iMac has to be $951. And I got 4 words for that happening. No chance in hell. So, $2,000 for the washer and dryer, minus $1,049 equals $3,049. The correct solution was the price of the washer and dryer plus $1,049 equals the price of the iMac. And I figured it was that. Well, Valina still has the trip to Newport Beach, so that's not too bad. Alright, our next contestant called to come on down after the first commercial break ended was Aisha. And it was not Aisha Tyler. Our next item up for bids was a pair of Sony waterproof smartphones plus a 1-year family nationwide calling plan included. That was presented by James in the middle of contestants row. And the bids were Aisha, $1,250. Stefani, $1,500. Carol, $1,501. And Matthew, $1,700. And the actual retail price of the Sony waterproof smartphones with that nationwide calling plan for families included was $2,800. Matthew is the third contestant to play a pricing game. And we learned that Matthew is originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, home of the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. He is stationed in active duty for the United States Navy on the USS Ronald Reagan. He works in aviation maintenance administration, and this is what he said about his job, and I quote, "Basically, it's my job to make sure Maverick doesn't jack up my jet." Drew's response to that was, and I quote, "Many years of shirtless volleyball to you too, buddy." All right, now for our member of the United States Navy. Matthew has a chance to win up to $16,000 in cash as he's playing It's in the Bag. And here were the 6 grocery products in this playing of It's in the Bag. We had a pack of 4 9.5 fluid ounce bottles of Starbucks Frappuccino Vanilla Chilled Coffee Drink, a 12-ounce bottle of Caress Daily Silk White Peach and Silky Orange Blossom Silkening Body Wash, a 15-ounce can of Hormel 98% fat-free turkey chili with beans, a 48-ounce bottle of Crisco Pure Canola Oil, a 4-ounce jar of Beach Nut Classic Chiquita Bananas Baby Food, and a 16-ounce bottle of Pet Armor Flea and Tick Spray for dogs and cats. First, for the $1,000 bag marked 62 cents, Matthew chose the baby food to be placed by Gwendolyn. Next, for the $2,000 bag marked $13.99, Matthew went with the flea spray, which was placed by Gwendolyn. For the $4,000 bag marked $2.29, Matthew went with the chili placed by James. For the $8,000 bag marked $4.29, Matthew went with the canola oil placed by Gwendolyn. And for the $16,000 bag marked $5.29, Matthew chose the coffee drink placed by James. And that left out the body wash. Alright, for $1,000, was that baby food 62 cents? Absolutely it was. So Matthew has $1,000. He can take that and quit, or he can go on for $2,000. Matthew decided to go for $2,000, and this is pretty much a safe bet. And inside the $2,000 bag, Drew revealed that it was the flea spray. Matthew just doubled his money. Again, he can take the $2,000 and quit, or he can go for $4,000. Matthew decided to go on for $4,000, and I think he'll be fine here. So, for $4,000, was that chili $2.29? Yes! It was the chili. $4,000 in Matthew's pocket. He can go on for $8,000 or stop at $4,000. Matthew decided to go on for $8,000. Let's see. He believed the canola oil was $4.29. That's what I thought was inside the bag as I was playing along. So, let's see what happened here. When Drew pressed the button to reveal what was inside the $4.29 bag for $8,000, it turned out to be the body wash. Oh! And there goes $4,000. The $5.29 bag for $16,000 had the canola oil, and it wasn't the coffee drink. So, there you have it. Matthew still has for himself those smartphones. Will bring good use, and since he serves in the Navy, if he goes overboard, he can have that smartphone with him in the ocean because they're waterproof. Okay, now it's time for the first showcase showdown. First contestant to spin the wheel was Howard. In Howard's first spin, he landed on 80 cents. Howard chose to stay. Valina was the next contestant to spin, and for her first spin, she landed on a dime, 10 cents. So she needed 70 cents to 90 cents in her second spin. And adding to the dime in her first spin, Valina got in her second spin, 95 cents for a total of $1.05. Valina is over. Now it was Matthew's turn to spin. For his first spin, he landed on 50 cents. Matthew needed 30 cents to 50 cents in his second spin. And adding to the 50 cents in his first spin, Matthew got in his second spin 35 cents for a total of 85 cents. The wheel just managed to stop on the 35 cents before it went to the 60 cents. If Matthew had landed on 60 cents, he would have went over. But nope, Matthew's on his way to the showcase. He did not win $16,000 in It's in the Bag, but he could very well get some big winning going in the showcase. We'll find out later on in the recap if he succeeds on that or not. Alright, our next contestant called to come on down was Nino Gray. George loved the last name of Nino's name, and I guess that's pretty much a good reason why he was called to come on down. Nino Gray, could he very well be a long-lost relative of George Gray's? Well, this Nino might have a spelling difference in his last name, G-R-E-Y, but who knows. Alright, our next item up for bids was a shuffleboard table with accessories included, played and modeled by Gwendolyn and James. The bids were Nino, $900. Aisha, $1,300. Stefani, $1,400. And Carol, $14.01. And the actual retail price of the shuffleboard table was $1,515. Carol is the fourth contestant to play a pricing game. Carol was wearing a shirt that said North Carolina Girl. So it was a picture of a car and then Olina next to it, girl. So Carol is from North Carolina. And for this North Carolina girl, she's going to be playing easy as 1, 2, 3 for a chance to win the following 3 prizes. They were a Prada Ladies Accessories Collection modeled by Gwendolyn, a Samsung 55-inch LED 1080p 3D HD TV with 2 pairs of glasses included, modeled by Gwendolyn and James, and a modern bar set with 2 vinyl bar stools modeled by James. James brought the blocks over for Carol. Now, in order of how Carol placed the blocks on the prizes, Carol placed block number 1 on the bar set, believing that was the least expensive prize. She then placed, block number, she did it like this, block 1, then block 3. She placed block number 3 on the Prada Ladies Accessories, believing they were the most expensive. And she placed block number 2 on the HD TV, believing that was the second to least expensive. So, in the correct order, she placed block number 1 on the bar set, believing that was the least expensive. Block number 2 on the HD TV, believing that was the second least expensive. And she placed block number 3 on the Prada accessories, believing they were the most expensive. To be honest with you, I would have placed block number 3 on the HD TV and put block number 2 on the accessories. But let's see what happened. First, James revealed the price of the bar set, and it was $1,400. Okay. So far, so good. Next, Gwendolyn revealed the price of the HD TV, and it turned out to be $2,100. So, it seems very likely that Carol might be a winner here. In order for that to happen, those Prada accessories have to be more than $2,100. And when Gwendolyn revealed the actual retail price of the Prada Ladies Accessories, it turned out to be $3,005! Carol wins all 3 prizes! Nicely done! For a grand total of $6,505. And including her 1 big prize of the shuffleboard table, Carol currently won $8,020 in prizes. Our next contestant called to come on down was Kathleen. No, not Kathleen Bradley. And our next item up for bids was a 10-piece Wusthof cutlery set modeled by Gwendolyn. The bids were Kathleen, $1,000. Nino, $450. Aisha, $251. And Stefani, $900. And the actual retail price of the 10-piece Wusthof cutlery set was $942. Stefani is the 5th contestant to play a pricing game. She was off by $42. Pretty good bid there. Stefani was wearing her Price is Right logo shirt. It was a yellow shirt with the logo being like in purple, I believe. And now for Stefani, she has a chance to win a Somerset Outdoor Living Outdoor Kitchen Island that was modeled by James. And Stefani's pricing game is pick a number. The price displayed for the outdoor kitchen island was blank $831. So the first number in the thousands place was missing. Gwendolyn was over by the numbers 4, 8, and 9. Stefani believed that the first and missing number in the price of the outdoor kitchen island was 8. So she believed the price was $8,831. I had a very good feeling about this, as that looks like a very familiar price. So Gwendolyn brought the 8 over to be placed in the first spot, and when Drew revealed what the missing number was in the price of the outdoor kitchen island, it turned out to be an 8! $8,831 was the actual retail price, and Stefani is a winner! And including her one bid prize, Stefani currently won $9,773 in prizes. Okay, our final contestant called to come on down today was Christine. And our final item up for bids was a Pioneer 5-piece car audio system with 1-year all-access satellite radio subscription included, modeled by James. The bids were Christine, $700. Kathleen, $600. Nino, $620. And Aisha, $1. And the actual retail price of the car audio system from Pioneer was $828. Christine, who was the final contestant called to come on down, won her way up on stage. Christine was wearing a baseball-like jersey that said, "Came from BU to see Drew." And now for Christine, she has a chance to win a few prizes. We had a Wilson tennis equipment premium package from Hollabird Sports. A trip for 2 to Arizona, which is round trip coach from Los Angeles to Phoenix, and then on to Litchfield Park for a 6-night stay in a superior room at the Wigwam, Arizona, with daily breakfast, 1 dinner, plus 1-day tennis court rental, and 2 rounds of golf included. The tennis equipment package, along with the trip to Arizona, were modeled by Gwendolyn. And there's actually one other prize Christine can win. Well, based on her one bid prize, George mentioned that Christine won herself a car audio system. And what better place to put that audio system in than inside of a brand new car! And it's a Mitsubishi Mirage DE hatchback. Comes equipped with a 1.2-liter engine, 5-speed manual transmission, and Bluetooth hands-free system, modeled by James. Christine's pricing game is Master Key. So, as we know, 1 key opens up the tennis equipment, 1 key opens up the trip to Arizona, and 1 key opens up the car. The other 2 keys, one of them doesn't open anything, as that's the dud key, And the other key, of course, is the master key that opens up all 3 prizes. Now, for Christine's first chance of winning a key, she had to know the price of the SmartTech anti-drip steam iron. It was either $24 or $48. Christine went with $48. And Drew revealed the price of that iron to be $48. Christine wins a key. She chose key number 2. Next, we had an aroma rice cooker and food steamer. The price was either $46 or $67. Christine went with $67. And Drew revealed the price to be $67. So Christine wins another key. She chose key number 4. Alright, so now we go over to the locks. Christine tried her first key and tried to open up the lock for the tennis equipment. And when she turned the key to the right, did it open? Yes, it did! So she won the tennis equipment. But let's see if she had the master key. Drew told Christine to try that key inside the lock for the trip to Arizona. Well, we're going to find out if this is the master key or it's just the key for the tennis equipment. When Christine turned the key to the right, did that key become the master key? No, but she has tennis equipment. But now let's see what she could win with that second key of hers. Key number 4. She tried that in the lock for the trip to Arizona. She turned it to the right, and did it open? No! So it's not the master key, so it's going to be either the key that doesn't open anything, or it'll be the key for the car. Well, 1 prize is nice, but I think 2 prizes would be better. So, Christine tried that key in the lock for the car. And when she turned it to the right, did Christine manage to unlock the car? Another way I'm going to ask is, was that the key that opened up the car? Just to ask one more time. Was this the key that opened the car? The answer was... Yes! She wins the car! Christine wins the car! How about that? She got the car key! Woohoo! May not have been the master key, but hey, the car is the most important one, I think. Aside from the master key. So Christine wins the tennis equipment and the car. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf says. So, Christine wins the tennis equipment and the car, and this does count as an actual win. And Christine also wins the iron and the food steamer and rice cooker, totaling, those two total $115. Including the tennis equipment and the car, plus her 1 big prize. Christine so far has currently won over $16,767 in prizes. I should point out that the Mitsubishi Mirage was worth $15,824. A fact given to me by Benjamin James Mason from BJMTV Canada. Okay, now it's time for the second Showcase Showdown. First contestant to spin the wheel was Carol. In Carol's first spin, she landed on 30 cents. Carol chose to spin again. And adding to the 30 cents in her first spin, Carol got in her second spin 55 cents for a total of 85 cents. Stefani was the next contestant to spin, and for her first spin, she landed on 45 cents. So Stefani needed 40 to 55 cents in her second spin. And adding to the 45 cents in her first spin, Stefani got in her second spin 70 cents for a total of $1.15. Christine was the final contestant to spin, and for her first spin, she landed on 65 cents. So she needed 20 cents to 35 cents in her second spin. And adding to the 65 cents in her first spin, Christine got in her second spin 75 cents for a total of $1.40. But she does have the car along with the tennis equipment. And I'd like to mention that during the Master Key playing, she mentioned to Drew that she recently turned 21 years old. So that would definitely make a nice, she won herself a nice present for turning 21 years old, that new car. As far as Carol goes, she's on her way to the showcase. She might end up winning a new car based on that was pictured on her shirt. But we will see what lies in store for her in just a little bit. Well, I'm glad we had a turnaround from the first half. All 3 losses in the first half. But we recovered very nicely, and I will mention the full results toward the end of this recap. Alright, now on to the showcases. The top winner in today's showcase was Carol. The runner-up was Matthew. Showcase number 1. The theme of it was chock full of adventure. It included a trip for 2 to Costa Rica, which is round-trip coach from Los Angeles to San Jose, and then on to Vara Blanca for a 6-night stay in a deluxe guest room at Peace Lodge, with 1 guided park tour and round-trip private airport transfer included, plus a canopy tour zipline adventure and a whitewater rafting excursion modeled by James as the trip to Costa Rica appeared at door number 4 in a distance. And we also had a Jeep Patriot Sport front-wheel drive SUV. Comes equipped with a 2.4-liter engine and 5-speed manual transmission modeled by Gwendolyn. Carol chose to pass that showcase to Matthew, and Matthew, by listening to his buddies, bid $28,500. Now for showcase number 2. Carol's showcase was involving the theme, the 80s are back. So, in this totally 80s showcase, we started off with a Pac-Man's Arcade Party arcade game. Oh, Pac-Man's such a fun game. That was modeled and played by Gwendolyn. Then we had a soft tub energy efficient 300 model hot tub modeled by James. And thank God he was not wearing swimming trunks. And finally, a Chevrolet Camaro 2LS Coupe. It comes equipped with a 3.6-liter engine, 6-speed automatic transmission, and OnStar. Camaros were big back in the 80s, but the one that Carol gets a chance to play for is a more modern look. And that was modeled by Gwendolyn. Carol bid $32,500. For the showcase reveal, Drew went to Matthew first. Matthew bid $28,500. Actual retail price? Oh boy. $25,582. Matthew went over. Oh, so, as long as Carol did not go over in her showcase, she'll win it no matter how far she misses it. Her bid on her showcase, $32,500. Actual retail price? Oh, don't tell me we're going to end the show like this. $35,729 for a difference of $3,229. Carol wins her showcase, and she's got a new car. How excellent is that? That's totally awesome, because she won the 80s showcase. Carol won herself a grand total of, to it, alright, I'm getting to it, it's a little sticky. $43,749 in prizes. Congratulations, Carol. So we had 3 pricing games won today. They were in the second half. Easiest 1, 2, 3, pick a number, and master key. We also gave away the iron and the rice cooker and food steamer. And the MVPs of The Price is Right are Carol, Stefani, and Christine. And there you go. I did not receive any acknowledgments from Benjamin James Mason from BJMTV Canada, nor any other member of the Price is Right pricing and recap team for the recap tonight. Funding for the Price is Right pricing and recap this week is provided by Pompeian Red Wine Vinegar. So, how are we going to end the week tomorrow? Well, watch the show, and then I'll have the recap for it later in the night. Until tomorrow, this is Mr. Horgan reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Good night, everyone.